Hey, good morning, everyone. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. Hope you had a nice evening. This broadcast is for demonstration educational purposes only. It's important to know that I am not a licensed financial advisor, and there is a significant amount of risk when you're trading these financial instruments. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, we recommend consulting with a licensed financial advisor. All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a nice evening. Let's take a look at the Forex Factory. We don't want any unpleasant surprises. Today is Thursday, May 29th. If you're joining us today, that's the good news. Hallelujah. God is good. You're still in the game. And today's news reports, we had a couple of big events yesterday that we'll talk about in just a minute. At 8:30, we had a couple of red folders come out, the unemployment claims, preliminary GDP quarter over quarter. While we're trading at 10 a.m., it's important to know 10 a.m. we have pending home sales month over month. We have natural gas storage at 10:30. FOMC member Goolsbee is going to be speaking. And then at 11, we've got crude oil inventories. So, wow, quite a lineup of news reports today. Let's see what the news was earlier this morning with the GDP. This was our red folder. First quarter increase, real GDP increased 2.4%. It decreased at an annual rate of 0.2% in the first quarter. So there was a decrease. Hit by Trump trade wars, U.S. economy falls. And I think that's what we saw, that little bit of a pullback. This chart here on the E-mini kind of tells the story. Yesterday, NVIDIA released their earnings. Not only that, but one of the federal courts struck down Trump's tariffs. And I think that those two events had a positive impact. The market kind of skyrocketed there. And this morning, or last night, it started coming back down to reality. This E-mini chart kind of tells the story here. Good morning, Duke. Good morning, Rodney. Marcia, good morning. Tom. Agola, thanks for joining us. Oceans K9, Tony's in the house. Mark, good morning. Marcia, Judy, Carol, good morning, ladies. Let's make some money. Gambit. So the overall trading environment, I always like to see, well, what happened while we were sleeping? We had a big move up yesterday. My goodness. Last couple days, very bullish. We've had just a minor little bit of a pullback. I was excited because I knew that pullback was coming. And we usually do good when there's a big move overnight like there was. Look at this big move up. After the market closed, NVIDIA reported, and the market just took off. That's on the S&P 500. If today's your first day joining us, my name's Rory Powers. I'm with Right Line Trading. We're going to be showcasing our automated bots. And these are bots that run on NinjaTrader 8. Once they're enabled, they will execute and manage the trades on your behalf. We have a pretty diversified portfolio of different instruments that trade on a variety of different time frames. And right now what we're looking at is the E-mini is our S&P 500 futures, the ES, and our NASDAQ futures, the NQ. Very liquid instruments. We're not trading lima beans. There's only maybe a tick differential between the bid and the ask. So we're able to get in and out of these positions very quickly. Mukhtar, good morning. Good morning. What our methodology consists of is we allow the bots to trade right through the Asian Open, the London Open, and now we're getting ready to trade into the New York Stock Exchange Open. And we have what we call our leaderboard. These are the bots that are performing the best in the current trading environment. I have a couple of ES30 ranges, and I'm going to show you the hottest bots so far this week. Tomorrow we do our weekly review, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview. The iBots on the E-mini are doing really well. The 2-minute retirement plan doing extremely well. There's another 2-minute that I shared in our Discord. It's the NQ 2-minute smart stop, crushing it this week. And it's picking up right where it left off. And I'll show you those numbers. But these are the bots that are performing the best today. This MES strategy that's specifically designed to trade PA accounts or funded accounts. These bots are very powerful, and they can be used to trade live accounts or prop accounts. Live accounts or prop accounts. So let's take a look at our 20U. That's our 30 range. Our higher time frame NASDAQ is the 20U. And this really tells the story. Almost like we were looking at, well, let's do this instead of stretching it. Let's just open it up. You could see the tremendous move up. And listen, it retraced, but now it looks like it's bouncing again. So the overnight session, yesterday the market closed here, popped up through the Asian Open, continued up, and then these very recent news reports in the London Open, it started its nosedive. The London Open, the news report came out at 8:30, and now it's kind of going sideways. Let's see what happens when the market opens. But we know we took a big leg up. The market doesn't like gaps. So we'll be looking out for the market to fill that gap in at the open. We'll let the technicals do the decision making. And we're getting ready for our power play trade. The power play is our trade we do each morning between 9:32 and 10 o'clock. It's executed on the NASDAQ 30 range bars. That's this chart here on my right. One of the conditions in order for the trade to trigger is we have to have an alignment of trend in our higher time frame, which is our 20-unit Renko. What I mean by alignment of trend, in order for the 30 range to take the trade, to take a long trade, my price needs to be above the 50. This is the 50. This green line, this solid green line is the 50. Price would need to be above the 50 to go long on both the 30 range and the 20-unit Renko. No disparities. We have to have an alignment. And once we do, really the spirit of the strategy is to catch it during that first half hour of the market open when there's potentially really good follow-through, good volume, and we want it to pop right through our profit target and watch the rest of the session from the sidelines counting our money. So we've got about 4 minutes to go. The one that we focus on, Gator. Kirk, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. What is the green number at the lower right? That's contracts per minute. That's how many contracts are crossing per minute. Our mandate is to follow along in the trend that the institutions create. How do we know when institutions are at play, are influencing or manipulating the price of an instrument? Well, one way we tell is that spike in volume. That spike in volume. Man, yesterday when we got into that trade, if you noticed, I watched the replay, volume had spiked to about 3,500 contracts a minute. And we got that pop right through that pivot. And it put us right into our profit window. We got right in with institutional money, and it pushed us right into our profit window. So the short answer, it's contracts per minute. On the NASDAQ, we like to see at least 1,000 contracts a minute, at least. On the E-mini, maybe double that, maybe 1,750 contracts a minute. What I like to do is I like to close all of my positions at about 928, about now, and just enable my power play. My power play is going to execute on this chart over here. You can see, in order to see the bots, in order to see the trade on your chart, I'm going to flatten everything. And I'm going to go to my strategies, and I'm just going to enable my power play. These right here. So all of my resources until we take this trade and we're done, all of my resources are going to be used by this one strategy. And why? Because we don't want any lag. Low latency. We want to be able to get in and out. We want all of the resources our computer has to be where our money is, right? Not on a SIM account. Good morning, Suzanne. Trade with Gator, we're going to focus on the power play. Here we go. Buckle up your seatbelts. We got 1 minute, 1 minute. Does the market continue up, or do we get a retracement? Stay tuned. Let's get it. Good luck, everybody. There's the open. Now remember, we don't want to trade into any support or resistance either. Let's see what price action looks like. We're getting a straight retracement back to reality from that huge move up. Well, I really like it. I really like it. It's 9:30. We let it settle down. It was a good short entry right at the open, but let's stick to our rules. 9:32. We got 3,500 contracts a minute. Good volume. Those are the algos firing off. I think this thing can keep going down. I'm going to go ahead and enable and catch that first trade out of the box. We got some support. Let's see if we can get a break. We break support. We got some running room. Let's get the break. Let's go. Oh, it's 9:31. That was our entry. Darn. Here we go, 9:32. Here comes a signal B. Bam, we're in. We are in. Let's go. Let's get some follow through now. Get down in our profit window. Get in our profit window. Get in our profit window. There we go. All the way. All the way. Bam. There it is. That's the power play, ladies and gentlemen. 932, one and done. Who got it? Who got it? Did you get that power play? Talk to me. There we go. 3 for 3. All right. Carol got it. K9. Yes, sir. Tom. Mark got it. K Trader. Bingo. That's the one and done power play. That's how we do it. All right. And we are done for the day. And the power play is back in, but that's okay. We hit our profit goal, and that's what we want. We just want a little bitty. We're not looking to break the bank. Kirk got it. Robert got it. Greg got it. All right. Love it. So on that nice little trade, we caught 1455 across the PAs, a total of $3,000 across the 6 Apex accounts, and we stuck right to our rules. One and done. So let's go ahead. Let's enable the rest of these bots and let the good times roll. Oh, I saw that break. I saw that break of that downside support, and I couldn't wait for that clock to turn to 932. There was some good selling pressure on that one. Pete got it. Sam got it. All right, Peter. Yes, doctor. All right. Okay. Let's let the uh, let's let the bots go ahead and connect. That was a absolute beauty. That's the spirit of the power play. We catch that volatility, that burst at the market open, and when we have an alignment of trend on that 20U, which is our higher time frame, good things happen, and they happen often. Big week we're having. Let's take a look at the numbers. Let's look at the week. This was the retirement plan. I'm going to take it off retirement plan for just a moment. Let's go to the PAs for this week. Let's update them. Bam. What a beautiful week. $3,600. No losing trades. We had 2 full winners and 1 250. Friday we had a full winner too. So just a beautiful equity curve on that power play. Let me put this back on the retirement plan. All right, my NASDAQ has got a little bit of lag. Let's let it, I'm just waiting for it to catch up. I'm going to pivot over to the E-mini. We've been having a lot of success with the E-mini this week. Slowly coming down. This looks like another break of that downside support. Could be some running room here. Still a lot of selling pressure. You see my relative strength index. This thing could fly to the downside. I'm not taking another trade personally. Capital preservation. Listen, have a profit goal in mind. When you reach it, stop. I know sometimes it feels like you can't take a loser, but man, they come and woo, it hurts. It's painful. Great job, Carol. I have a feeling we have lag. That's why it's not taking this trade. If my lag is above 2 seconds, we have a safety mechanism built into the strategies. We're not going to get you into a environment where your computer is lagging price. What you're looking at is an illusion. On my NASDAQ, well, you could see where your NASDAQ chart is and where mine is. It's two different animals. Holy Earth, you missed it. We nailed it, brother. We nailed it today. That's how it was. It was absolutely beautiful. Okay, now my lag. I call this my lagometer. If you don't have one, please get one. It's very important. They have something called the atomic clock. You know, when I tell people about it, I feel like they think I'm nuts. But it's true, and you'd be amazed what a difference it makes. If your computer is not in sync with what they call the atomic clock, it's a little different than the atomic bomb. The atomic clock, like the world clock, and if your computer's not in sync with it, that double bottomed right there. If your computer's not in sync with it, then your lagometer is going to automatically have at least a half a second of lag, which we can eliminate quickly. I have a download where you can get it online. It's called the atomic clock synchronization. I think Rhythmic has a tool that allows you to sync up too. But man, is it important. Bam, I knew that was coming. It just jumped in on the break. Let's see if there's any follow through. This has some running room. It's a beautiful entry. That is a beauty. There is no downside support. We have a clear path right down to our profit target. That was an absolute picture perfect entry. My goodness. Beautiful. Our 30 range on the NASDAQ just scored. Must have hit that same exact entry. Let's take a quick look. The 30 range 1-day pass. I was talking to Sean yesterday. He got about 10 Apex accounts on that 90% sale. And I know he was going to play some of these 1-day passes. Let's see this NASDAQ 30 range. Yes, it took that entry. Man, and it went straight down for 31.15. Well, if you played that one on an eval, congratulations. Param Roop, I hope you got it. That one went as planned. Well, unfortunately, the market has retraced all the way back down. Almost all the way. There's a better sale today? I didn't see it, Carol. What was it? Let's take a look at our leaderboard. Positions. Oh, wow. 90% off. They must have extended it. Nice. And the rebill is 80%. It was 50%. So now the rebill is 80. Yeah, they kind of slipped that in on us, didn't they? At that 50% rebill. Yeah, back down to the overnight open. It's not, listen, the market just hates gaps. It wants to fill in those gaps, let me tell you. We do really well when there's a big move overnight and we catch it on that power play, on the retracement. Those are some of our best trades. I'm gonna have to take a quick break. I gotta run to the restroom. Here we go, another leg down. Could take this break on a signal C. Let's go back to the power play. Could be another short move. Here's that 2 minute smart stop drone. Let's take a look at that. That's the one that I shared, and I'll show you the numbers on it. My goodness, it's trading really well. This is the position it's in now. And I'll show you the weekly performance. I shared this bot. It's not part of our portfolio, but when we come across something that's showing some good potential, that's promising, we do like to share it in our strategy collaboration channel. And that's where it resides at this moment. This is for the week. It's up just under 3,000. It's about to be up a little more if it hits this trade. But it gives the trade plenty of room to mature. And then once it matures, it's going to lock in profits on two legs of the trade. It's a very nice trade management strategy. If you don't get the full excursion, you've got two opportunities to lock in profits. And I just love using that method. That's our 2-minute Smart Stop 2. And we also tie the stop to our 15 EMA once it breaks through a certain number of ticks in profit. You're running that 2-minute K9? So here you have it. It's up at $3,255. Just to give you a little backstory, I mistakenly had the same sim account running in a 30 range Smart Stop. So I have like a month of data where I had two strategies running in the same account like a dummy. So I completely separated. Once I figured it out, I segregated both of them. So now I'm starting with fresh results on this 2-minute strategy. So I don't have a lot of data on it. The little bit I do have, if we do an analysis, I always like to see if it's doing good. I say, well, when is it doing good? This is when it's doing good. It likes the London Open. From 6 to 7, it does really nicely. It likes the New York Stock Exchange Open from 9:30 to 10, and then it loves the closing bell. Loves the closing bell. So like clockwork, the London Open, the New York Stock Exchange Open, and the New York closing bell. This is very little data. Very little. It probably has no value whatsoever, but we'll keep an eye on it. That's the NQ 2-minute Smart Stop drone. It's up 32.55. If you wanted to download it, if we have something that's doing good, we share it, and we share it as quick as we feel that it's something that will benefit you. In the Discord chat, if you're a member, come down to the strategy collaboration channel, and you're going to see it right here. It's the Smart Stop bot and drone. Run it in sim and watch it and see if you like it. See what type of results it gives you. It's been doing very well for me. I hear you, Gator. We might pivot to something like that. We were just discussing that in our meeting this morning. We want to have do it a little bit differently. Maybe, have a real-time venue where there's not this delay. We'll also stream it through YouTube, but maybe have something else, a different venue. Maybe something like Slack or something of that nature. That'll be real time. Excuse me for just a moment. I got to run to the bathroom. Steve, I meant to say, man, I tell you, this Steven is doing really well too. That 8 Unarenko, I'm a big chicken when it comes to the 8 Unarenko, to be honest with you. But this 8U Steven drone is having a big week, big month. Excuse me for just a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Retirement plans in. That's the other 2 minute strategy. Man, this bot is really doing well. This is one of our oldest, been around the longest, and it takes those signal A's. It's looking at a 2 minute, so I would have to change my data series. Let's take a look at it on a 2 minute. It took the reversal. When this RSI line breaks up through the 20% line, it takes a counter trend trade. That's very good in volatile markets where there's big swings up and down. Counter trend trades make me too nervous. But there is a way to filter out the counter trend entries by using that 50 signal. It's one of the conditions in our strategy parameters. Well, look at this. Look at this entry signal here. Yeah, it could give you some trouble, Ralph. I was reading through an email that was sent from Apex, and they made some. John had made a couple of points in there that really resonated regarding consistency and discipline. I'm trying to find it, but it's such a long, drawn out email, I can't find it. It sounds like they're gonna if you're a good trader, it sounds like they're trying to pivot out of the PA accounts if if you don't fit into their business model and you're good and you start getting consistent payouts, they want to pivot you into a live account from what I'm reading. Exactly, Rao. It's a business. You hit the nail on the head. All right, let's take a look real quick. I give up looking for it. The email's too long. Um, let's take a look and see at the top bots for the week. What's hot, what's not. Next tomorrow, excuse me. Tomorrow we're going to do a weekly review, but I just wanted to very quickly run through some of the best bots for the week. On the AI side, our 2 minutes are doing really well. The retirement plan on the NASDAQ, let's see, is up 1978. It's amazing because if you go to the power play strategy and you hit the power play drone, it looks like it's a little bit better than a break even strategy. But we're able to use it to really make really nice profits. It really likes that first half hour. Really likes that first half hour. That's really the spirit of the strategy. I know Craig, and it was interesting last week because when I was, had a couple of appointments, Craig Emery came last week, and then Mark Miller came, and it's really great to see how other people, everyone has their own unique style, and there's none of them that are either right or wrong. It's whether they make money or not, right? More than one way to skin a cat. And it's always fun to watch how other people do it. And that's kind of what our meeting was about this morning. We want to kind of have a venue where there's more than just one of us on. So everybody's little bit, everybody's style kind of shines through a little bit. So we're hoping to change the venue, maybe even stream it through Discord. I wonder if there's any type of delay on Discord. That is true, Chris. I can't deny that. I will let some trades go because I'll see that it's trading into support or resistance. Listen, we don't have the holy grail here. I wish we did. It's not a perfect strategy, and there is a little bit of discretion when I do that. But you make a very valid point, Chris. Thanks. Um, so let's go back to the review. The iBots. I wanted to showcase the iBots, which all on the ES. We're going to stick right with the ES iBots. The ES4U drone is crushing it this week, doing very well. The iBot ES4U bot, just under 3 grand. The iBot ES30 range, just under 1500. The iBot ES30 range bot is up 2300, just under 2300. So all of these iBots on the E-mini, this one's not doing. Oh, this is my gold strategy. I'm running a test account on gold. That's the. This is a template an account we don't use anymore. It has the risk 500, so don't. That's not an ES template. This is an ES template. Just above break even, 230 on the 20 range drone. The bot is up just under 1,000. So the drone is trading the whole session. If I go to the analysis, these are the half hours of the day that it's trading. It does well in the morning, and then after lunch it gets killed. So the bot hasn't eliminated those times just yet, but it will soon. Takes about 10 trades for it to update. So the iBots on the ES are all doing very well. The iBot, one of the iBots on the NQ is running on a 30-second bar. The drone is up 1664, and the bot is up 1259. The MES on the AI system, we have a bot that runs on the Micro E-mini. Let's go to the iBot NQ20U. The MES, that's our PA account template. We have the power play that we trade with the PA accounts. We also have one that trades the Micro E-mini. Well, I'm getting a lot of lag on the NASDAQ. Sorry about that. We talked about the the 2-minute. The 2-minute bot is up 671. The 2-minute smart stop drone is up 2822. But tomorrow we're going to go do a full review, weekly review of what's hot and what's not. Getting a lot of lag on my NASDAQ. So if you find your lagometer has lag that's a little out of control and you want to get it under control, this is how I would recommend doing it. What I normally do is I go to my control center, which is this here. I see on my lagometer I'm getting 28 seconds of lag. And I'll go to my strategies. First, I'll look at my positions. And I'll start closing my positions on the NASDAQ. Anything on the NASDAQ I want to close out. Now I've closed out all my open positions on the NASDAQ, and I'm just going to disable my NASDAQ bots that don't have an open position. Just going to turn them off for a minute. If they're in an open position, I'm not going to turn them off because I don't want a ghost order. This here, you see I have a short position here on the NQ. NQ, here it is. Let's close that. close this. They're catching these short moves big time. You can see my open positions on the E-mini are just racking in the bucks. So let's go back to the NASDAQ strategies, and I'm just going to start disabling them until my lag comes all the way back down to normal. Now it's quickly coming back under control. Now that my lag is gone, I can begin to enable them again. You're right, Rao. And it's really fun to watch other people trade. And in fact, we're all dying to see you trade, Rao. I'm going to put you on the hot seat. We want to learn that gold strategy you got. You're over there driving new cars and you're buried in gold. We're going to get you on one of these live streams. Huh. No, Grau's a great trader. Great trader. Oops. Excuse me. All right, come on down, lag. I want to put a couple links in the room today. We've got got a great event today with David Kushner speaking about unique styles. David Kushner, if you haven't seen his presentation, I think it's really useful information because he has a rules-based system, like a rules-based strategy. It's a discretionary strategy, but he waits. David Kushner, he has those what do you call them? Not a personality trait, but um, he's very disciplined and patient. Patience and discipline. And he has a very stringent trade management and capital preservation strategy. When he hits his profit goal, you couldn't get him to take another trade if I'll tell you if his life depended on it. There's just no way in the world. He trades across, I think it's 6 accounts, and he has a rules-based strategy. And when it lines up, it has a very high win rate, but it takes patience and discipline to watch the chart. Sometimes for hours. You'll listen to him and he'll talk about how he goes, entire trading sessions for hours at a time without taking a trade, which is really hard to do. But he's really good at it and he makes a lot of money. So his webinar is going to be today at 4:30. and I'm going to put a link in the room. If you can't make it live, don't worry. Don't let it stop you from registering. Okay, I think we've got things under control again. We're getting a slow meltdown, which is depressing. I'm afraid to look at my my Charles Schwab. I'm getting depressed watching the market here melt away to nothing. Let's pull up the 20U and oh my goodness. It's coming right back down, isn't it? An upside down smiley face. It was me too, Judy. You're not alone. I just had to. I think it's just the sell off we're in right now. These bots can make money though, whether the market goes up or down. We proved that today. We have just as much of a chance of getting a winner on a short than we do as a long, and depending on which way the market's trending. I'm going to look. Oh, it's my positions aren't in that bad a shape. I'm still holding that Nvidia. I've been holding forever, and I added some Palantir when it went down to 90 or 100. I got in at a great price. Well, where's the bottom? The SimUB test. That's a strategy that runs on the ES. Is it an 8U? Let me see. Count. UB. SimUB test. It's on an 8-unit Renko. It's running on the ES on an 8U. All right, let me put the link in the room and we'll go over the leaderboard. I got David Wise coming right up behind me, and he's going to be trading the SPY Super System. Be interesting day to watch him. He talked me off the edge of the cliff yesterday. I was going to put in a put on Nvidia because their earnings reports, they have these beautiful earnings reports, and then the market, and then they crash. He said, "Oh, don't do it, don't do it." Let's see. Now this webinar is today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. He's up 35 grand. Interestingly enough, that's right about what I'm up since January. And I'm by no means a professional trader. I can guarantee you that. Uh, Let me get my notepad. I'm sorry if my monitor might flash. Oops. Okay. Without these notepads, I'd be lost. Okay, here it comes. Let's take a look at the entry we got this morning. See why things went right for us. Oh, jeez. Okay, there's the registration link. No, I don't think he is. That's Jared Kushner. Oh, that's Ivanka's. Is that Ivanka Trump's husband? Um, I wish he could. I wish he could automate it and put it in a bottle and send it over to us. But you know, his strategy is he trades on a discretionary basis. And some people have that gift. You know, I call it a gift. It's like David Wise. They're like a robot. They wait for all the rules to be met and they execute their trade. It's just like one of these bots. What a meltdown. Oh man. Well, let's hope this is the bottom right down here. Let's go back and take a look and see what went right for us this morning. Let's go to the PA account. It'll show, let's go back on a 30 range. We got the trade at 9:32 on the dot. I was looking. And you could see, now we know the 20U was way below the 50 when this happened. There was no doubt about that. But you could see, you know, what our market structure looks like on this entry. I wanted to trade at 9:31. You know, I was ready right here, but the clock finally struck 9:32 and put us in. But our 15, interestingly enough, is below. This is our 15. The dotted line is our 15 EMA. Is sloped down. Momentum is straight down on our RSI line on the bottom of my oscillator. That's the relative strength index is buried. So that's a signal B entry, in case you're wondering. Our 50 is red and also sloping down. So that's really where our software defines risk at its lowest. We had a multi-time frame alignment of trend on our 20 Unorenko. We had no areas of support or resistance. We had just broke an area of support just prior to getting that entry. And we had a clear view of our profit target. Yeah, it's. I almost answered too quick. I think it's a half a second. Um, it figures it. Well, you know what? I can probably look. Yeah, it's a half a second, Kirk. On my lagometer, it's a half a second. But it's important to know on the strategy itself, the safety feature we have is at 2 seconds. Now you could change that to 1 second. We have it set at 2 seconds. So if there's 2 seconds of lag, the trade will be halted. It won't execute. But on my market analyzer, Kirk, to answer your question, it's a half a second. All right. Let's take a look. Let's just take a look at the leaderboard, how we ended up today. And if you would, please don't forget to like my video here on YouTube. It really keeps new eyes on our products and services, and it ensures that I'll be able to come back every day in the future. So this is what it looked like. Our 30 range 1-day pass came through, scored. We had a strategy that runs on the ES on the 8 Unarenko. Came in number 2, second place. The Steven drone, 8 Unarenko, very exciting strategy. On the NASDAQ, found the ebb and flow and made about 2 grand. Caught some trades to the downside, I'm sure. Our ES Smart Stop 2 is a strategy that's in testing. The iBot NQ20U on my computer is up 1450. Stephen Bott, the retirement plan. We've been talking about the 2-minute. Hey, look who's here, the Volkswagen. The Volkswagen found its way. Wow, Judy's in Thailand. Man, I am so jealous, Judy. You are really blessed. One day. It's on my bucket list. I'll tell you, I really want to do some traveling. The NASDAQ on the 16U. I'm going to send you an email, Judy. I have a request. The NASDAQ on the 1 minute on the iBot did well. ES, Moneymaker. Keep your eye on that. Gold, Row just made 750 on gold. The Moneymaker, this ES Moneymaker really has some great potential. The Smart Stop, that's the one that's doing so well this week. 30 range, ES 30 range, one of our strongest bots of all time, if not the strongest of all time. One of our members made 60,000 trading this bot. The 20U, Mac Drone, Sniper. The 20Us always seem to find their way. We scored again on the power play. Yes. What a great trade. The 24U on the NASDAQ, just under 500. Retirement plan we discussed. The 8U on the E-mini. 30 range bot on the iBot. And hey, look at this. This MES now, very quietly, trading micros. Look at this. Let me bring up my performance. Let me show you this. We're looking at just this week. Now we're getting a bounce. All right. Man, I was waiting for that. Came down to that bottom. 26 to the 29th. This week on the MES. Very quietly. Hasn't taken a losing trade. It's at 392. Trading just a couple of micros. Just a couple of micros. Took 7 trades. They're all winners. And there you have it. What's hot? That's what's hot. Now, it's important to know we don't have the holy grail here. We do have a number of losing bots. These are the ones we stay away from like the plague. These are the ones that just are not doing well today. See, this is the one here that runs on the 30 range that I had sharing an account with that 2-minute. That's why my data is so crazy. So now I've got them separated. That 30 range now is not getting mixed in with that 2-minute. And it's making a huge difference. So we do have some losing bots. It's important to know. But we stick with the winners. And the power play, my goodness. I got to show it. From January 15th to May 29th. Look at this beautiful, beautiful equity curve. Look at that equity curve. Bam. 30, just under. Wait, let's generate it. I think that's where I was at yesterday. Come on down. Just under 33,000. I don't think it's computing today's yet for some reason. I think that's where I was yesterday. So we're probably right around 35,000 now. It's freezing up on me. Hold on. How'd you do today, Marcy? Give me some good news, Marcy. And I just want to congratulate everybody that hit today. I know Treywick Gator, Suzanne, Carol, Tony, Tom, Mark, K Trader, Scott, Marcy 2495. Woo! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell. Nice. On 5 PA accounts, Marcy hit the power play for a full winner and did 2495. Great job. Great job, ladies. Doc. Doc got 580. Doc's in the house. The doctor's in the house. Greg BCE got it. Suzanne, Kirk, Robert, Sam, Peter. We all scored. We all scored today. Congratulations, everybody. Listen, we're going to do it again tomorrow, God willing. We're going to be careful, though. We don't want to give back our whole week's winnings. We might give it one shot on a Friday. But this is where we're at now. We're at $34,424. You can see the equity just bounced. So for May, we were at a break-even month for a few weeks there, but now we got a nice little bounce on our equity curve, and we're up to $34,424. Carol 1695. All right, loving it, loving it. All right, Ralph. Thanks for joining us. So don't forget, we got David Wise coming up right behind me. Today's webinar at 4:30. And please like my video. Please, please, please. I want to keep coming back every day here on YouTube. I can kind of get out of working and come and trade with y'all. So please like my video here on YouTube. Keep me coming back. Have a great day, everybody. God willing, we're going to come back. We're going to do that power play for close out our week. Get a perfect week, 4 for 4. I hope everybody has a blessed rest of your day. Thanks again for joining me, everyone. Have a great day. Row, another 950. Row, I'm going to need to borrow some money. I mean, you must have a boatload over there. Congratulations. All right, so long, everyone. Have a great day. We all do, Ralph. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Judy. Have a great day, everyone.